Welcome back to the Wednesday Night War. This is me and Primetime here. So we are back to doing the audio version for Wednesday Night War. Hopefully next week with Halloween Heavy we'll get back on the Zoom call because I got myself a new webcam so I can join you in the background festivities next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I got me a brand new webcam. Have you been watching the reaction videos?
Yeah, I seen that. I was gonna ask you about that, but yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, yeah. So next week we can probably do that, but right now, we got a lot of things going on right now. So we gonna give you the audio. So we have NXT taking on AEW. Of course, there's only really one highlight this week, and that's of course the Jericho MJF steak dinner. So because there's nothing really on NXT that was just like, man, you got to go back and check that out. But let's get into it, shall we? We have a triple threat matchup. Kushida taking on Velveteen Dream, taking on Tommaso Ciampa. Obviously, this comes from when Ciampa and Kushida had a matchup, and Dream got involved in it and cost them the matchup. So now we got the whole triple threat thing going. So Kushida is looking very good in this matchup, and I'm just like, okay, like they really gonna push Kushida here. It's time he's going like doing the cruiserweight thing. Like he dives on one side on Velveteen Dream, dives on the other side, and takes out Ciampa, and it goes back and forth, doing these different kind of dives. But then as he's about to come in, Ciampa hits him with the Widow's Bell DDT. Dream kicks Ciampa and goes for the Dream Valley Driver on Kushida, but he goes for a roll up. Ciampa knocks Dream outside the ring, and as Dream is getting back up, he still got the cast on his arm. He hits Ciampa in the head, and now Ciampa's dazed, and then he gets a deadlift German suplex by Kushida, and he wins the matchup. So Kushida is being pushed, takes the pin on Ciampa, and that's what it was. So how you feel about triple threat match?
So why is Ciampa taking losses when Velveteen Dream is there and you still kind of getting buried? Why is Kushida getting the push? I don't.
I can tell you neither. I mean, when you thought Velveteen Dream was getting buried, it looked like it ain't happening that much. uh, the under,
Unfortunately.
yeah. Of Undisputed Era is backstage. Adam Cole's on the screen while all three of the other members are there. He's not medically cleared to compete. So, but the titles are coming back home tonight to the Undisputed Era, and then they talk about the spin the wheel make a deal coming back to Halloween Havoc next Wednesday. We got Ember Moon coming back for her first matchup back in singles matchup. Just returning, going up against Jesse Kama. It's not really too much of a match here, as this time Ember Moon does not use the Eclipse. She actually gives a double knee face first off the second rope, and then applies an inverted sharpshooter with a chin lock as a submission, and wins the matchup. So
Really? Oh, really?
What?
We haven't seen that move before.
I guess we haven't seen Angry Ember Moon doing it. I guess.
Because, that's definitely the PCO.
Well, I mean, it happened. It looks like that she is going to save the Eclipse for like the big matches. How Jeff Hardy said, "I'm not doing Swan times on house shows anymore."
Yeah, at least, Jeff Hardy has other cool stuff about him. What's cool about Ember Moon other than the Eclipse?
Well, I first of all, I like the springboard splash. I like the handspring forearm that she does. Like Aaron Moon got a good array of moves. It's like she's pretty dope, but she has to showcase them more.
Yeah, when she does once a match, not once a match, once a month, then the Eclipse is like the only thing she has when she don't pull her other moves off.
Well, that's why what Paul Heyman said. If you can get this move over in the weeks to come, then it could be something that you can add to the move set. Aaron Moon is celebrating, and Dakota Kai attacks her right there on the apron, gives her a face wash, and then Aaron Moon gives her a stare off. So we know we're going to get Ember Moon taking on Dakota Kai as well. Backstage, Bobby Fish is down. We don't know what happened to Bobby Fish, and then
See, at this moment, I thought it was O'Reilly.
you know it was who?
O'Reilly.
Oh, you know what? That would have been a good swerve. No pun intended.
Because Bobby is down. The other one couldn't compete. So I thought it was O'Reilly at first. Then he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna compete." He was like, "I'm not gonna fight." So I thought it was him at first.
Yeah, and don't worry, we gonna get to the end. Uh, Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed. So we had the matchup here. We're hearing also that Bobby Fish is not medically cleared to compete. Colorado was cleared this morning, so Mr. Regal's having him replace Fish in the main event. So Reed hits basically a huge splash on the top rope for the win. So he wins the match. Theory grabs microphone, says he's the future of NXT. He's only 23 and he's done more done more in his career than Reed has done in his 15 years. He's not leaving until he beats Reed. So then they come back for another matchup, and then Bronson Reed hits him with a Samoan drop and defeats him a second time. So he beats Austin Creed twice. And I'm like, well, not Austin Creed, Austin Theory twice. So this is Austin Creed getting his punishment.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. I keep saying Creed, don't I? Austin Theory. Zia Lee is backstage with Casey Catanzaro. She thanks Catanzaro for attempting the match. She says that she needs to win. Catanzaro understands, but Michelle asks why Lee has put so much pressure on herself, and Lee says the match is important. She needs this win. Karen said, "May the best woman win." 6-man tag team matchup. Swerve, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Jake Atlas, and the debut of was it Ashday the Adonis versus versus Legado del Fantasma in a 6-man tag team matchup. I didn't get a chance to see most of this matchup other than at the end Scott's hits Mendoza for the JML driver, but Mendoza gets out and then Scott slays Mendoza with the pin is broken up, and then I see that Wild and Mendoza hit the what's that thing Perry Saturn used to do at ECW? The face side leg sweep combo.
Talking about Perry Saturn and the total elimination.
Yeah.
Dang, I ain't seen that part. He stole Undisputed Era's finisher.
No, that's what I thought it was. Like I said, it probably was. I'm not sure, but they pick up the win here in the match. It was a, it was what it was. I didn't get you to see all of the matchup. The Organos are at their house spinning a sample wheel for the spinner will make a deal, and Johnny flips out after spinning to a buried alive match, then a casket match. And Candice, yeah. Then Candice LeRae spins to a trick or street fight and is happy. Their actual spins will be revealed next week. Okay. Sense now. So like I said, we don't know what the match is going to be. I mean, don't tease me like that when they got casket burial out there. I'm thinking we're going to get a casket match, and then now they want to talk about some. We're going to wait. So usually at the show, like how we have it is, they're going to spin the wheel, make the deal right there.
Okay. It don't make no sense for. I don't understand that segment. He was like, "Yeah, everybody knows I hate casket matches," but is that supposed to be an inside joke or something?
I'm about to say it got to be inside the business because Gargano ain't been nowhere near them kind of horrific matches ever as I seen them.
Is that supposed to be a buried joke? You don't want to be buried.
I get it. Killian Dane and Drake Maverick take on Everrise. Yeah, the quickly I say from this matchup, the quicker I get by it as Everrise wins by disqualification. Okay, so like I said, there's more things to have. Maverick wipes out Everrise with chair shots until they retreat. Dane looks stunned. Maverick is pumped up. He realizes that he fucked up. Dane then slaps him in the chest and says that was awesome. And I was like, oh, here we go. We're getting the Beauty and the Beast type of storyline thing. The odd couple. Uh, Breezango goes backstage with Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. Mr. Regal says that as O'Reilly said he can't compete and Butch and Lorcan should get the shot. They disagree, saying that they would be fair and square. O'Reilly insists and walks off. Regal asks if there are any objections. The Breezangos are in agreement. So Casey Catanzaro taking on Zia Lee with Kane Carter's with Casey Catanzaro, obviously. Uh, Punching the clotheslines are thrown, Lee gets shoved back. Catanzaro hits a corner clothesline followed by a flipping leg drop and pins up Zia Lee. So she's the winner here. Lee is angry and shouts that she should have won. Kane Carter runs in, but Lee kicks her and then stomps her. And Catanzaro. Then Raquel Gonzalez comes in there and just attacks Zia Lee and standing tall and calls Rhea Ripley that she's gonna be bigger and better and how heavy she'll be the devil in her nightmares. So your whole thoughts to everything.
I'm just ready for this to be over with, to be honest.
You talk about you talk about the NXT side or Rhea Ripley or something.
No, I'm talking about just. I don't know. Like I don't know what they're doing real. I said that Gonzalez is gonna win to be real because I don't know what else she has to do. She's been jobbing ever since she lost the title. So I don't know what they're gonna do with her.
I don't know what's going on with Zia Lee neither.
Apparently she's getting deported. That's like I was kidding. I don't know. Like the dude came out there with some Chinese paper with a suit on, and it was in Chinese. So like I don't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
She didn't say if I lose this match, then I have to leave. So I don't know.
I understand. All right. Well, we got another live with Thatch as Thatch can, Timothy Thatcher School, and he shows basically a submission. Then now he goes up against somebody named Anthony, and he gives him knees and it makes him submit with a single leg crab. So it was basically just to put over Timothy Thatcher. That's all it was. Damian Priest is get a tattoo, so he'll be ready for Gargano Halloween Havoc because I've done everything that Gargano's done, but the thing is, after I'm done it, I walk away from it. You just can't let that limelight go. Tag Team Championship matchup: Breezango taking on Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. So I was just like, honestly, I don't know who gonna win these tag team titles. To be honest with you. Excuse me.
I thought that if Undisputed Era would have been in the match, I thought they would be one.
Probably so. I didn't think Breezango was gonna hold the belts that long anyway. So good. I thought it was a decent matchup by them, and there was Breezango hits super kicks on Lorcan and then Burch and Fandango to the top rope, but somebody off a mask comes in and knocks him to the floor. The referee's like, "Who the hell is that?" And I'm saying the same thing, and then Danny Burch low blows Tyler Breeze, and then Lorcan and Burch hit the double team DDT for the win, and they win the tag team championship. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm happy for Lorcan and Burch because they are a hard hitting tag team, and then the baddest person in the ring celebrates with Lorcan and Burch, and the person is Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is back, and he says, introducing the new tag team champions, Lorcan and Butch. They don't have a tag team name yet, but and that is
They've been together for 4 years. I don't think they get
one. And he said, and that is undisputed. So the rivalry is being renewed. What did you think?
So do you think if Ridge Holland wouldn't have got injured, it would have been the stable?
You thought like Ridge Holland, Owen Lorcan, and Danny Burch?
And Pat McAfee?
Maybe. Why Pat McAfee though?
I'm talking about if he's still the leader of this, do you think he's the one that was behind Ridge Holland beating up Adam Cole?
Oh, probably. I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying now, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can have the so you can make a stable so he can make his own 4-man stable and go up against Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Interesting. I mean, even though out of all the people to have, you don't have two people that never ever beat the Undisputed Era ever.
Uh huh.
Then if Richard only work, you're gonna have them as your stable mates to try to beat the Undisputed Era. All right.
Yeah. All right. So it is time to go on to AEW Dynamite, and so we are coming into Full Gear, which is on November 7th, and then tonight is the round one of the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. So we open the contest because we need to have this kind of thing. It's open contest is the quarterfinal. Jungle Boy taking on Mr. Mayhem Warlow. Um, and I was like, okay, well, this is gonna be pretty good. Warlow hits a F10 to Jungle Boy on the stage on the outside. Jungle Boy he fights and everything, but Warlow's just too much for him. And it hits an F10 inside the ring, and then he picks up the win here. So we as Warlow wins the matchup, we get news that major announcement for Tony Khan that the AEW World Championship match is going to be an I Quit match at Full Gear. Moxley taking on Eddie Kingston. Prayers have been answered. So,
See, I thought it was gonna be a triple threat match with them two and Archer. That's what I thought.
well, I mean, I don't mind an I Quit match between Eddie Kingston and Moxley. They are two crazy SOBs together. Don't you agree? So,
I agree, but you know how them two wrestling, somebody's gonna die.
yeah, well, that's like Kenny Omega and Moxley. So I can't wait to see that one. Next up, we got Kenny Omega goes against the Concrete Road Sunny Kiss in the first round World Title Eliminator. So Kenny Omega is going back to the old Kenny Omega. The clear that he got the women. He got new entrants. Got the women with the brooms, and I'm just like, okay, Kenny. So the match starts off V trigger to Sunny Kiss, which, in my opinion, Sunny Kiss didn't take that V trigger right. Like it looked like he was bracing for it before we even knew what was happening. And I was just like, okay, well, and then he goes for the one wing angel, and then he pins Sunny Kiss, and then that's it. And he just gives that look in the camera like, this is mine to win. If y'all didn't think Kenny Omega, huh?
I was gonna say that look is gonna be a meme for the next few days.
I think that looks gonna be a meme until the election's over. Tell you right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I can see that being a meme. Was so many people thinking like, really? Uh, so he helps him Sunny Kiss after the matchup and shake the cobwebs, and then he goes and just gives him a handshake. But then Kenny Omega, the cleaner, he's back, and if y'all think he ain't gonna win this tournament, y'all sick in the head.
You said what now?
If y'all don't think he's gonna win this tournament, y'all sick in the head.
I mean, yeah, it's his to lose.
But you don't like Kenny going win the whole thing?
No, I'm saying it's his, but I'm saying it's his to lose. The only person he can lose against is Kenny.
Yeah. There's footage of Cody and Arn Anderson pull up to the arena, and then Dasha tries to get a few words with Cody, and says he doesn't see Orange Cassidy beat him next week, as Cody has champion's advantage. So we know what that means. Brother versus brother in the World Title Eliminator quarterfinal matchup as Ray Phoenix takes on Pentagon Jr. Pento L Zero. So
he's Penta L. I don't know why he can't just be Penta.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Can I say this was a good matchup right here? Even though it didn't last as long as I thought it could have lasted, but it was definitely a good matchup here because these guys in the beginning know each other so well. They was just slipping through all of their moves, all of them. They was just slipping through like I thought that was actually kind of dope. It's pretty good. Even Tony Schiavone never seen anything like this. Then we Phoenix hits a Spanish fly on Pentagon Junior, and then but Pentagon kicks out, and then with the frustration he tries to Pentagon tries to break his brother's arm, and I was like old school Lucha Underground days, and then it it doesn't happen, and then we go Pentagon Phoenix rolls him up. Right? Is that how you won? He rolled him up,
Yeah.
or we're gonna destroy. He did so. What was the
Canadian
ending?
Destroyer.
That's what it was. A Canadian story out of nowhere, and Pence
Actually finished off a match. I'm
like,
surprised.
oh my, in AEW, what? And then that was a good matchup by them two. And Eddie Kingston was on
Yeah.
commentary.
But he had to forfeit
Who?
Phoenix.
Why?
Got hurt in the match.
Oh damn! See, I missed that part.
So Penta's advancing.
And that's some shit. And that's some shit. Phoenix always be getting injured. People be putting the match that we can't wait to see him in. Hangman Page taking on Boom Boom Cocabana. Coco out there with Evil Uno. Did not see the whole. I didn't see. I see the matchup, but I do know Anna Page won with the Buckshot Lariat. So that's the first round. So next week we got so it's supposed to be Pentagon because it says Ray Phoenix. It was Pentagon taking on Kenny Omega and Wardlow taking on Hangman Page.
Yeah.
And then the finals is going to be at Full Gear. So you know it's going to be Hangman versus Kenny Omega.
Definitely.
It has to be that. Taz comes out and he is upset. You know, what I'm saying he come out there with Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, and Team Taz has passed over certain opportunities. It says Will House better watch his back. Ricky Starks threatened Darby Allin again. And first of all, I know this was not the time yet, but did you see what Darby Allin put him? He was with Steve-O and put himself in the body bag and rolled down the
Yeah, it's so stupid.
escape. I was like, that's just fucking stupid. Like I don't know what you're. He is a straight adrenaline junkie. I'm like, he really should have been on Jackass. If that was the case, this man is crazy. But that's Darby Allin for you. It's now time for La Dinner Never Know with the Demo Guy and the ratings ruler MJF. So MJF and Chris Jericho is in this nice restaurant. They're dying and everything, and then they both order porterhouse steak, but then they keep changing the order because MJF wants rare, and then Chris Jericho's going to order medium well. First it's medium well. Then he says, I have a porterhouse steak with a bacon tip medium, and then Jericho says, well, you know what, I'll do my medium rare. And then they keep orienting. They both get like rare steaks, and then
Extra blue.
extra blue. He said, "I have my steak blue." So Jericho says, "Look, let's just cut the crap. The Raiders ruler sucks, and Marcus sucks." And he said, "Has much chance of getting over as Orange Cassidy." They both said at the same time, and he said, "See, we're getting along already." And then he said, "Well, look, there's gonna be a town hall thing next week to see if you can be even in." Be willing come into the inner circle, and then he was saying, we are both the top two guys in this business. That saying, and why wouldn't they want us in the inner circle? And then they break out literally into a full dance and number into like a 1940s Hollywood show tunes Rat Pack type thing. And
I think what makes it funny is the song that they were singing is My Shadow and Me.
yeah,
because they're both singing as if both of them are in each other's shadow.
I like that. It reminded me of. Remember when you just watched Family Guy and Brian and Stewie just be going into one of the old show tune dance numbers?
Yeah, but this one was definitely more funnier.
I like that nigga about it. I was like, wow. I never seen nothing like that in wrestling before. And I thought it was great. I know there were some people that probably didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. What did you think? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I like it. And they both can actually sing too, which is good.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, taking on uh, Killian King. Not much of a matchup here, and she put the lock jaw on King, and she taps out.
Three C's.
The three C's. What's the three C's?
It's three C's.
Oh, is that what you calling there?
Nah, just say it's three C's. People will get it.
Okay, the three C's. All right. Main event time.
It's a JR reference.
That's why. Main event time. No one contenders fatal four-way tag team matchup. The winner earns the title match at Full Gear. Butcher and the Blade take on the Dark Order, which is John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Private Party and the Young Bucks. I knew it wasn't going to be Private Party, but I was rooting for Private Party anyway. But I was like, because I didn't, it was going to pull.
I don't even know why you still root for them.
What you mean? I like Private Party, man.
They going up against the Young Bucks. So
You're right, but see, I didn't. He was going to pull the plug. I didn't. He was going to pull it on Young Bucks versus FTR this early. I thought he was going to save it for like All Out or Double or Nothing.
So you wanted to see a pay-per-view FTR versus Butcher and the Blade match?
No, well, Private Party is better than Butcher and the Blade, in my personal opinion. But
not character-wise.
Not character-wise, but
you should have put Phoenix in this match.
Yeah, they should have, but they wanted them to have brother. They wanted brother versus brother things. So that's probably what it was. The Bucks isolate Cassidy and set up Cassidy for the muscle driver. Mark Quinn pulls Nick Jackson off the apron, and Cassidy rolls up Matt Jackson, but Matt reverses the roll up attempt, which I thought Cassidy kicked out, but he did on the other view of it, and they win the matchup. So it's going to be the Bucks taking on FTR at Full Gear. That should be a match. That should be a match. FTR comes out to the ring with the world titles. And Masked Man jumps to the ring and it takes out Nick Jackson with steel chair. You know who it is. It's Tully. And then FTR placed the chair on Matt Jackson's ankle and they crush it. Now what they play it off like, hey, I'm gonna be fine next week. Or they're gonna try to find another team if they can. Private Party. But I doubt they're gonna do that. So that was Dynamite. So what's your grade for it?
First of all, the innocent didn't make that much sense.
Did the ending make sense to you?
Because why was Tully dressed up again? As if we don't know who FTR rides with.
I don't know. Maybe that was his COVID stuff. All right. Well, then, so who won for the week? NXT or AEW? Yep. And the Jericho MJF thing took it over the edge. So AEW gets my win this week. Post your comments down below who you guys don't want for the week and how do you like the Jericho and MJF singing segment as well. That's probably gonna be like double the thumbnail right there.